Hello, princesses, and welcome back to Not Fit for Print Beauty with me, Rebecca. Today I have the distinct pleasure of being able to share with you the entire Fundamental Eye Series brush set from the wonderfully talented SONIA G. These brushes will be available at Beautylish starting on Tuesday, November 14th at 10 a.m. Pacific time. And I would like to start off by thanking SONIA G and Beautylish for their generosity in gifting these to me. I was at the ready with my credit card. Let me tell you, you guys know I love my SONIA G brushes. I have every single one she's ever made. So I did have my credit card at the ready, but the super nice thing about this, other than of course I'm very flattered by their generosity, the very nice thing about this is that it can serve as true PR. And that's something that needs sometimes a little bit of an explanation in today's social media world, because, you know, I come from a magazine and newspaper background, and the idea of PR is that it shows you the product in depth so that you know whether or not you want to or can purchase these. So we're going to look at every single brush because I have been getting DMs like crazy asking for comparisons, asking to talk about things. That's what I'm here for today. I'm hoping to do it in a concise, quick manner, but I do refer you to SONIA G's blog. If you haven't checked it out, you're missing something. It's called Sweet Makeup Temptations. I will link it below, and you can visit that for everything you would ever need to know. I'm just going to do a brief synopsis here, but if you need more in depth, there's no better person to go to than the source herself, the creator herself, SONIA G. So look for that down below. I appreciate having you here today. Don't forget that you can also join me over on Instagram, TikTok, and on Threads. But we got a lot to do here. As I said, I will try to keep it concise, but we are going to work with all 8 brushes. Now these brushes, as I noted, will be available at Beautylish starting on Tuesday, November 14th at 10 a.m. Pacific time. They will be available in a set for $252, or they will be available also individually. So let's take a look at them. And anything that you need to see in more detail or a comparison, as I told you, I do indeed own every single brush that SONIA G has ever made. I am not only a fan, I rely on them for my makeup looks. Anything else that you need, just let me know here or over on Instagram, and I'll be happy to share that with you. I wanted to give you a day or two to look at these. Okay, so these brushes, and I'm holding up just one of them now, were made in Kumano, Japan. They have a matte black brass ferrule, all of them, and they all have walnut wood handles. The fun thing about walnut wood handles is that every brush will vary just a little bit because it is a natural product. The length of the brushes is the same as the other, not the mini, but all of the other standard SONIA G brushes. We have 4 previous styles here that were previously done. I'll let you know what they are newer versions of, but they were previously done with those thick, the thicker black to red handles. And then I also have 4 new brushes here that SONIA G has designed to kind of fill in the gaps where things were missing in the world of artisanal Japanese brushes. What I'm going to do, you guys, is I'm going to use these and talk about them as I use them, because I think that kind of makes it the most fun. And let's be seasonal here. Let's dive into this beautiful Nars set, the All That Glitters face and eye set. I'm not really going to set out, let me just tell you the parameters here. I'm not going to set out to do a full perfect look. The idea here is just to use the brushes, okay? But I thought I would use these pretty sets here from Nars because it is the holidays after all. So again, 4 existing and 4 brand new styles. The existing styles, of course, are updated with the walnut handle and the matte black brass ferrules. And we will talk about all of those as we go, albeit a little bit more quickly than some others will do. Okay, so I'll tell you whether they're existing or previous. Let's go ahead and get my mirror ready here. And I am going to do, I'm going to jump around on the eyes just a little bit here, okay? Let's start with the eye palette from Nars. You guys have seen this. I've reviewed this already. I'm going to have this linked below. I would love for you to use my link as it does help this channel. Doesn't cost you anything extra, but I've also got information down there about how to join our $4.99 membership lives and all of that good stuff. So check that out down below. Okay, let's start in this Nars palette here, which, you know, I've reviewed before. Let's start with the Crease L. So the Crease L, I'm going to jump around in between these brushes. The Crease L is a brand new brush. It is very strong and soft. All of these brushes are either going to be undyed natural Seikoho goat hair, which is what this one is, or you'll see in others they are either a combination or dyed goat hair, but I'll mention that with each one. Okay, so this is, of course, undyed. This is the new, again, Crease L, and it's great for like windshield wiper motions or for doing a base. I'm going to use it today with this shade right here on this eye, and I'm going to just kind of put it into, I'm going to use it for windshield wiper motions. Now I have hooded eyes, so this is really nice because not only does this Crease L get into the crease so nicely, it also gives me the ability to go above the crease a little bit. Now, I always say, you guys, that these brushes do the work for you, and I mean it. I have had people question me on that. Like, that must just be a marketing expression. No, I actually mean it quite quickly. Remember, you guys, I am an editor. I am a writer, a fashion and beauty journalist. I'm not a makeup artist. I make no bones about that. These help me. These help me fool people. I suppose I'm not fooling anyone, but they definitely help me. Okay, I wanted to just show you that on this eye, I just kind of used it to do the crease over there on this eye. We're just going to do a lot of different things. That was the Crease L, and I think I'm going to use I'm going to go backwards here. This is the Crease M. Now this is also a new brush. This is going to be a little bit airier and lighter than the usual brushes we'd be used to from SONIA G. It's smaller, it has less intensity. It's really nice to kind of deepen shadow or like maybe for the upper crease. So I'm going to actually take it in here. I'm going to show you how I use these. I am not great about following directions with brushes. I call it my poetic license, but I like to just kind of grab them and use them how they work for me. And for me, this airier little wispier brush is going to be great because it's got less intensity. So I'm going to just look at how it just fits right there. And I'm going to wiggle around with that darker shade from the Nars and watch what I'm going to get. See, I'm just going to kind of stick it in there and just kind of wiggle it around. Let's do it a little more. And what I'm going to get here is a kind of an increase of intensity in that little part of the eye there, see? And it kind of lifts up the eye. I really like that. And it just kind of puts that down. But I could also use this in the inner corner. We might come back to some of these. I'm just demoing them real quickly. Now let's start on the rest of the eye with the Worker S. This is one of the existing ones. And so far, all of the brushes we've looked at are natural, undyed Seikoho goat hair. Okay, this is the existing Worker 3, but it's got a new handle, and we're calling it the Worker S. It's soft, it's undyed. This is great for the crease. You can do some crease work with this. I would probably even smoke this out under the eye, to be honest with you, but you can blend with it. It is, SONIA G says, really nice with some of the newer formulas of eyeshadows that we're seeing. So again, the Worker S. And then I want to show you it with the Worker M. So the Worker M is this one right here, okay? Worker M, Worker S, same length, but a little bit, there we go. Okay, the Worker M is the existing Worker 2. So these are both existing brushes with a newer handle updated, and now we're calling them the Worker S. It used to be the Worker 3, and now we're calling this the Worker M. It used to be the Worker 2. This M is a little bit bigger version of the Worker S, but they can be used for the same thing. Creases, laying down color, they're both good with any formula that you choose. And I had this question asked of me the other day. Somebody wanted me to remind them, do the undyed work with like a cream shadow? Yes. Generally, dyed goat hair is best for just powder. I mean, you know, you do you. Honestly, I don't judge. But the undyed could work really well with cream. You know, you can use one of those if you're laying down a liquid eyeshadow and you want a little bit of help just to neaten it up. That would be great for that. So let's use the Worker S here. And I'm going to take this Worker S into this kind of a shimmer shade here, right here. And I'm going to just lay down the color with it on this eye. Now, I'm not trying to do a cohesive eye look here, guys. I'm just trying to show you how these work and how nice they are. Super soft experience. All of these brushes are going to be very soft and very supple and very gentle on eyes if you have sensitive eyes, allergies, contact lens wearers, things like that. And you see, I just was able to gently lay down some of that pigment and join it to the outside. Remember that look we did with the crease M? Here, I'm able to take this and just do that a little bit more. And then I'm going to take that worker M, which is a slightly larger version, also in undyed goat hair. And I'm just kind of gonna go in here to this darker brown shade, knock off a little bit, and then just kind of get into the crease and just kind of clean it all up. Sometimes it's nice to keep one of these also a little bit clean so you can kind of use it to diffuse product, to get rid of things. So I'm just using it to get rid of lines and things like that. So I'm just kind of using that there and filling in a little bit. I'm very, very happy with this look. And you can see I'm really all for just grabbing whatever brush and using it. Now, a word about washing these brushes. The temptation, I admit, the temptation is to just rip these open, as I say, like a wild beast, who me, and start using them. But these brushes, these natural hair brushes, they like a little bit of a wash first, just nicely. And I do have a video coming up on that I've actually already filmed. I do have a video coming up, an updated video on how I wash and care for both my natural and synthetic brushes, because we have so many that are being released and I know you guys want to care for them because they are an investment. So I have washed and dried these. That's how they are best. Okay. All right, let's take a look at some of our other brushes. We have 4 more that we haven't even talked about. So let's talk about some of the pencil and the builder brushes, okay? Some new, some existing. And then that will let us get into some of these that are also dyed goat hair. Okay, I'm going to talk first about the Pencil S. Look at this little guy. This is a little new one. It's got natural goat hair. It's soft and firm, but not stiff. So it gives a lot of control in terms of getting close to the lash line. So let's take this eye that we were working on before. And I put a little bit, I dipped this into it. And this is almost going to feel like you're holding an eyeliner in your hand. Now, I have a hooded lid, so I don't have a lot of lid space to play with. So if I do want to line like I'm doing now, and you could wet it to line or whatever you want to do, if I do want to line, I need it really close to the lashes because I don't have a lot of lid space to play with. So this allows me to get right in there, right by the lashes. This is a really nice new addition to SONIA G's brushes. It's not too tiny. Sometimes when it's like one little hair, I'm like, what am I going to do with this? I have to be honest with you. But when it's too much, if you are like me, especially those of you with hooded lids, you really got to get in there tight. Or if you're trying to mimic the look kind of a really well-placed liquid liner. Well-placed liquid liner, what's that? Not on this eye, but you know, some people are good at that. I'm not. So this can help me mimic it, whether you wet it or not. You can just kind of get right in there. And I like that. It's nice and firm, but it's not stiff and it won't tug on your lid. That's important. How about the Pencil L? Now this is an existing shape. This is the Pencil 2. You would know it as formerly. It's firm and flexible. It lays down, it smudges, it puts color into the crease. I'm going to show you what I'm going to use it for. But you know I'm going to say this, you guys. I use these for lipsticks. This existing Pencil 2, I use for red lipstick all the time. I'm not using it here, but it kind of you know when you have a red lipstick and you smile and you see some lines? I know. It kind of gets in there. I prefer this. This is just me. It's a Rebecca thing, but I prefer this to a lip brush. I'm just saying. Okay, I'm going to show you what I'm going to use this for. I'm going to go into this shade here. And I'm just going to show you that I like this when I'm doing a little bit of smoky eye underneath. That's what I use, the original one, because if I wanted it really close to the lash line, I would have used that new Pencil S. But I like the Pencil L, also known as the existing Pencil 2, if I'm smoking out a little bit, because I just want that a little bit thicker. See how much smokier that eye is now? But I could use it on the crease. I could use it anywhere I want. Okay. The Builder S. Now, the Builder S is an interesting combination. This has both white undyed Seikoho goat hair and brown dyed goat hair. It's a bit less soft than some of the other brushes. This is going to be much sturdier and less, it's not rough, that's ridiculous, but it's a little bit less gentle than some of the other brushes. It does the entire lid. It'll do the outer corner. Let me just show you here. Okay, I'm going to take it into this shade right here, and I just want to show you, I'm going to do all of my lid with it. Again, remember, I'm not trying to do a cohesive look here, you guys. I'm just using this as a canvas just to show you how to use this. This will go here. This will take a shade like here and do just kind of the outer portion of it, like you can do a little V, because it's precise. You can almost use it as a pencil because of its firmness. I could line with this if I want. See how I'm able to take this and just like draw a little V onto my eye. So you can kind of draw with it. You can also go in and get the whole lid with it. You could go underneath and line with it. Really multi-purpose. And when I said it's less gentle, that makes it sound like it's some sort of ferocious, no, I like it because it has a certain a sturdiness to it. That's how I should say it. It's a sturdiness to it. This is really, really nice with powder shadows. And generally because it has the undyed in there, again, you do you. But because it has the undyed goat hair and the dyed goat hair, I would stick to powder, but do you. Speaking of dyed goat hair, this is the Builder M. This is an existing shape. You would know it as the Builder 3 if you are a fan of SONIA G as I am. This is, SONIA G calls this a fantastic starter brush. And, you know, I'm really glad I saw that on her blog because people always ask me where to start with SONIA G, which is a really bad question to ask me because I'm like, everywhere, buy it all, and then we'll talk about it. And that's like not the answer that people want to hear. So it's interesting, though, joking aside, SONIA G says this is a place to start. If you really want to see what her brushes are about, this is her recommendation. It's the Builder 3 as well. It's a good starter brush. It's a lay down brush. It's dyed goat hair. It's nice and dense. So this will really apply. If you have a light color, this is really going to apply it well. So let's take a light color like this, and let me just show you. Again, not trying to do a cohesive eye look, just laying it down. I don't know if you could see that going on. It's nice and firm and dense. So I'm going to take this from the inner corner. See that? This is a little bit more of a celestial shade, so it doesn't normally have a lot of oomph. And I don't know if you can see that there, but I sure can. It's just laying it down beautifully. You could use that for impact with a darker shade, or you can use that just with subtle shades that don't usually have a lot of muscle to them. And that is a great one. And it's just kind of fun to know that SONIA G herself says this is a great one to start with. Just kind of foolproof. Great. With generally recommended for powder because it's dyed goat hair. But just beautiful. Now, I mean, I can go back, you guys, and take these. Let me just show you this one here if I wanted to line with it. This one here being the new Pencil S. This will show you how to line with that. And look at, I get a very close line with it. You could probably even be daring and go onto the waterline with it. So on this eye, I used the Pencil L and got a bit of a wider line under my eye, and on this one the brand new Pencil S, so I got it much closer to the lash line, a little less smoky, right? So these can be used. I also have to tell you that this one here, the Builder M, would be lovely under the eye as well because it's got that narrow tip that you can go there, you can get. I gotta tell you, I tend to eschew all of the rules when I'm working with these brushes, and I grab what looks good to me at the time, thus me telling you that I will use this Pencil L on dark lipstick a lot. I will. So I mean, I want to kind of tone down the intimidation level of these beautiful brushes. I think it's really a shame and finally get into these exquisite artisanal brushes and then go, okay, I need a map. What am I supposed to use it for? Grab it and use it. Honestly, you guys, They do the work for you. And then play with it. What if I use this here? What if it shouldn't have an intimidation or exclusivity factor. And I understand that they are quite pricey, but I'm really pleased that SONIA G and Beautylish are also selling these individually. Sorry, I'm a bit mismatched here. So that you can go ahead and you know, pick and choose how you use them if you don't want to currently buy the whole set. A bit of good news for you. I read on SONIA G's blog that these will be part of the permanent existing collection. So she says as long as there is a call for them and as long as they can continue producing them, they will be there. So these are not limited edition. Now I do know that the set will be $252. I don't have individual prices yet for the others, but you know, you can kind of imagine that in your head. And again, these are going on sale on Tuesday the 14th, November 14th at 10 a.m. in the morning Pacific Standard Time at Beautylish. I have linked it below and I'll put up a little communication in my community board too because I would love for you guys to use it. These are beautiful, everything you would expect from SONIA G. I do have a washing video coming. I can use these in that if you guys want to show you me cleaning them up and how I do that. Okay, so we're going to talk about all of that. I understand there was a need in the community for a review of that. We did talk about Wayne Goss's beautiful brushes that have already been released, and my BK Beauty brushes are en route to me. They looked like a little bit lost in the mail, so they're coming soon. And that video will be up as soon as I can possibly do it. I know you have a lot of choice with brushes. SONIA G is always a good choice. And I know we just had some Refa releases and just amazing brushes out there. And I think if you are a fan of makeup, if you love makeup, eyeshadow, like I do, you kind of owe it to yourself if you can afford it for a little bit of an investment in these beautiful pieces. Now, I do refer you again to SONIA G's Sweet Makeup Temptations blog with any questions, but I'm here for you. I'm releasing this, today is Sunday, so I'm giving you all day Sunday and Monday to take a look at it and ask me any questions or request any comparisons. I will make sure to make myself available for that for you guys quickly because I don't think these are going to stay around very long. SONIA G has a habit of releasing something and it's just gone just like that. It's amazing. So I want you to be able to kind of be prepared. That's the smartest way to do it. Ask me any questions you want. Hey, are you subscribed to this channel? I got my eye on 20,000 subscribers. It's a slow climb, but I'm doing it honestly and just with hard work. I would love for your help. So if you haven't subscribed yet, please click that subscribe button. I admit I definitely need your help to get there. Ask me any questions. That's what makes us a community. Make sure to share, like, subscribe, all that good stuff. I'm here to answer your questions, and I'll see you all in the next video. Bye-bye.